Let's talk about all the different types of books of the Bible. Now, the Bible is what we call an anthology. It's a collection of different stories, literature, poems, history, letters, and more, even on top of that, prophecies, you name it. So it can be a little bit confusing because you have to read certain books of the Bible certain ways. Think about it. How you read your history book at school is probably different than how you read a fun Sherlock Holmes book at home, or Jurassic Park book, or Junie B. Jones. So we want to be aware of what it is we're reading. So the first few books of the Bible, that's called the Torah. You might be familiar with some of those books like Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Those are stories that are pretty well known to you, and those are books of the law. So everything from the Ten Commandments comes out of those books to some of the early laws the Jewish people would follow. These are stories of people you've heard of like Moses, Abraham, and so many other biblical characters. After the law, though, then comes what we call a lot of history books. You're going to see a bunch of narratives that are fun adventures, crazy stories, everything from, goodness, let me look at my notes, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther. These are really cool Bible characters for you to read and maybe see yourself in the story, learn more about who God is and how God is interacting in the stories of others. So those are some books that we call narratives or history books. Then there are books of poetry. So think about that. You're going to read a poetry book different than the books of the law. So the poetry books, those are big feelings. Those are people expressing how they feel about love, how they feel about others, how they feel about God, how they feel about their enemies. So if you're ever in a place where maybe life is great, these could be great books for you. If you're in a place where maybe you're struggling, these could be really great books for you to read. Now these books are Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Songs, and they all have different styles of poetry. Some are really blunt and in your face, that's Ecclesiastes. Some are more positive and really talk about wisdom, like the book of Proverbs. So I think you might like some of those. Other things you're going to see in the Old Testament, remember this is the first half of the Bible before Jesus appears, is major prophets and minor prophets. Now, the major prophets, it's not that they're a bigger deal and we prefer them. They're called the major prophets because the books are longer. Really, that's it. There's a lot of holy things for you to learn reading the minor prophets. So that's kind of a quick summary of our Old Testament.